Hello again guys, I'm extremely excited to show you what came in the mail this weekend. This is the OnePlus DR-1. For a couple of weeks building up to April 1st, OnePlus kept talking over and over and over again about the game changer they were working on, the new device that they were going to be coming out with that was completely different. It wasn't a phone. And there was even some speculation they might be working on a drone of some kind because they mentioned previously in old tweets that they had a drone in the office. So when April 1st rolled around, unexpectedly they unveiled the OnePlus DR-1, and it was a nano quadcopter. Well, here we are about a week and a half later. I actually went ahead and placed the order for it, as you can see here, and it showed up this Saturday. So what you would get in the box if you ordered one yourself is a little bit of documentation. You would get a USB charging cable, a spare set of propellers, just in case you do damage the ones that come on it, a mini screwdriver, and I think it's a gear puller or a prop changer. I know I've used it for changing props so far. A teeny tiny little handheld controller that takes 2 AAA batteries, and of course the nano quadcopter itself. Now, as I said, it showed up this weekend. It's now Sunday afternoon, and I've been flying it almost nonstop since then. Now, I can't say I've been flying it nonstop realistically, because in the documentation, it mentions that it flies for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time. And I actually would err on the edge of the 5-minute flight times. Going up and down, hitting the ground and everything, I try to stop counting during those times, but more often than not when I was flying it, it was less than 6 minutes every single time. Now you can take these little landing guards off the bottom if you wanted to reduce the weight a little bit, but I wouldn't assume it would take a whole lot of weight off. And the prop guards I don't think are actually ever going to come off, so that's a little bit of extra weight you're always going to have no matter what. As far as the size of this thing, because it is really hard to say the size of it to you guys to really make it known to you, the documentation mentions that it's 70 millimeters left to right, 28 millimeters top to bottom, so it is teeny tiny. It supposedly is a clone of the Cheerson CX-10, or I think the JJRC JJ810, one of those teeny tiny little quadcopters. This one in particular is not like the Cheerson in that the Cheerson doesn't come with prop guards that you cannot take off. But after the little April Fool's Day sale, there were several people that mentioned you can buy this exact one on AliExpress right now, and I think it's $15 for it. So it's not like this is a really exclusive thing other than just having the little OnePlus logo on it. And getting back to what I was saying earlier, 5 to 8 minute flight times, in my case closer to 5 or 5.5 minutes. After that 5 or 5.5 minutes, you gotta charge it for at least 20 minutes. So realistically, this has been a lot of fun to fly around. I've done a lot of flying of it indoors because indoors it does really well, and the little prop guards do sort of help keep it from being damaged. But the props themselves are surprisingly resilient. If you bump into something, they sometimes will pop off. You pop them right back on. There's no screwdrivers involved in taking them off or putting them on. The little puller can be helpful if they get on there, kind of wedged on there. But realistically, I can just sort of pull on it and it comes off, put it right back on, and that's it. That's all it takes to change them. Now, if you look closely at mine right now, it's got some grass stains on it because I was taking it outside earlier. I tried flying it around outdoors, and it's still a lot of fun outdoors, but if you have even the slightest amount of breeze, more than just someone blowing on it even, it ain't gonna go forward. It doesn't really have any sort of forward pitch that will go into the wind and be able to survive. I didn't try it with any heavy wind. Obviously, it would just have taken off entirely, but I did manage to get it about 20 or 30 feet up in the air in a teeny tiniest little bit of breeze, holding full forward pitch, and I survived. But just barely. I think at one point I did end up getting into a tree and I fell from about 15 feet up. No damage though. So this thing is incredibly resilient. And if it's not, like I said, it does come with some spare props. The landing guards you can just easily take off. The one thing I would be afraid of is actually damaging the body, but the body feels just solid. I mean, it's a little squeezable in the middle, but still, like I said, the prop guards, that's gonna be the biggest downer. If one of these breaks, you're kind of out of luck. You're gonna have to disassemble the entire thing, take them all off. You might be able to get replacements online. I'll look around and see if I can find any, but I think that might actually be about all I've got to say about it. Hopefully you've been enjoying the little bit of flight footage that I've had of this device. Like I said, I only took it out a couple of times because even the tiniest bit of wind on this thing, it's so lightweight and it doesn't have a whole lot of power to it, so forward momentum is not a good thing for it outside with any amount of wind. But inside it is insanely fun to fly around, bouncing off of things, taking it down near the floor, spinning around. It just does very nice little funnels indoor. It does the flips and everything. It has the built-in stabilization, the built-in gyroscope, and it is very smooth flying, very easy to handle. Now, it's not something I'm going to be putting in the hands of my 6-year-old, but it's definitely something that I will hopefully be enjoying moving forward for a little while now. Thanks so much to OnePlus for putting this little thing together. It was definitely amusing for April Fool's Day, and still, for someone like me, this is perfect for indoor flying. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos of this kind of stuff, definitely leave me a thumbs up down below the video. I will have some more quadcopter related videos coming up very soon. But again, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.